Over 33% down, over 25,000 fans down in terms of attendance from last year's 2023 All In. But Tony Khan is claiming that 2024 All In London was a massive success. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling. Some of the numbers are in from All In, and a lot of empty seats were around the Wembley Stadium, and I think that you could see that there was like a lot of red, especially towards the top. Maybe they tried to filter people towards the bottom, because initially when you seen from the ringside and you seen like the initial like lower down seats, it did look like here they packed this out. But anytime like you got a wide shot, you could just see like all these red seats. I mean, commentary team tried to tell us that people were still packing into the arena when the main show was on, but there was nobody packing into the arena. Tony Khan had tried to pack in everybody he could, but still, yeah, stadium did look very empty, and I just don't think going forward AEW can continue using this arena.
They cannot. The final countdown was on for Daniel Bryan's entrance, and they were still packing in. It was taking them 3 hours to pack in. There was a sea of red. Here, I'm actually surprised they did this well. I thought it could have been worse. Not saying it's a good number, but I thought it could have been worse.
No, definitely. So, obviously, Tony Khan, he likes his social media. He was on social media a couple of days after All In, and he was bragging about All In. And I mean, he's entitled to do that. Look, sometimes we sound like AEW haters, which we're not. This guy's brought a company, and here, fair play. Like, it's hard to create something that you can sell out arenas like this. So I'm not going to sit here and say it's a horrible achievement. But it is down from last year. There's no doubt about it. Tony Khan, in the build-up to this show, said that AEW is in a better place. I mean, from a year ago, obviously a dig at CM Punk. I just look at All In 2023. CM Punk was on that card. Overall, the show did a lot better.
It did. Fuller, better buy rates, better everything. I mean, you look at the roster. AEW gets worse every year. So, I mean, he's obviously just saying that as a dig at Punk. Yeah, that's all it is. Nothing more, nothing less.
By the time they're taking a break next year, by the time 2026 All In comes around, what's the numbers going to be like? You could argue more people might be interested since they're like taking a leap year, they're like skipping a year. But at the same time, what's the overall interest in AEW going to be like in 2026? What are the ratings of the shows going to be like? What are the attendances in North America going to be like? So I get it, you're missing next year, and that might entice fans to come back the following year, but how many of those fans will remain? We don't know. But Tony Khan was on Twitter, and he said, in his opinion, it was AEW's best show ever. I don't think it was their best show ever. I don't think it was as good as last year's All In, to be honest. What's your thoughts? Do you think it was the best show ever?
No, it wasn't the best show ever. I believe we gave it a 2 out of 10.
3.
3 out of 10. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it was particularly bad, but it wasn't particularly good. I mean, yeah, you might be hearing, whoa, 3 out of 10, not bad. I mean, that's just wrestling 2024. I thought it was... there was nothing really good, and there was a few things bad. But for me, I think to claim it's the best show ever... No, it's not. I think what AEW's best pay-per-view ever, honestly, I'd need to think of it, but I would say it's probably going to be one of the early ones, when it felt fresh.
Agreed. Now, this is what Tony Khan said on Twitter regarding the show. He says, quote, "Great news. With over 50,000 tickets sold at Wembley Stadium for AEW All In London, I think our best show ever. It was one of our top 2 pay-per-view buys in the past year, along with AEW Revolution, Sting's final encounter. What a 2024 AEW. See you for Wednesday night AEW Dynamite tomorrow." End of quote. So, Tony Khan revealing that over 50,000 tickets were sold for this arena. Now, that is... But last year, I believe the attendance was around the 75,000 mark.
It was.
Tony Khan is not revealing the attendance. He's only revealing the tickets sold, and that's not the same thing. You can sell 50,000 tickets. Doesn't mean you get 50,000 people in there.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. And, I mean, Wembley holds about, 90,000, round about there.
How many times have we seen these shows claim they're sold out and they're just clearly not sold out?
Yeah, no, I mean, obviously this isn't sold out. Everyone knows the attendance at Wembley, right? They've literally got half it carted off for a beginning behind the stage. I mean, if I was to give an estimate of what it was, I mean, there was a lot of people on the floor, I'll give them that, but once you got off the floor, it was empty seat city.
What have you had to get? 42, 44?
Yeah, I'd say something in that ballpark.
Mid-40s, probably.
Yeah.
Maybe low, mid-40s.
I don't think he's exaggerated by too much here.
No, but again, I haven't revealed the attendance. Only tickets sold. And that's because, obviously, the attendance was lower than the tickets
But
sold.
see Tony Khan, right? He's got the money to actually go out and spend 10k in tickets.
Definitely.
I mean...
now, he also said it was one of the top 2 pay-per-views in terms of buy rates in the past year, and he mentioned the AEW Revolution Sting's Final Encounter was the other one. This tells me that this is coming in second, because if this was it's just not the way you would word it.
Yeah.
If this was the highest selling pay-per-view in the last year, you wouldn't say it's in the top 2. The fact this is in the top 2 means it's second. Because unless you were talking about Revolution as well in like context, then you would maybe say, yeah, those are the top 2. But you just like wouldn't randomly come out and be talking about this and then go, it was in the top 2. That basically tells you it's second.
Yeah, second place. Because you're right, why would you say that if it wasn't second? You would say it's first. You wouldn't even talk about Revolution.
Now, is that testament to Sting and what Sting can bring in?
Maybe, but no one knew Sting was going to be here tonight.
Clearly talking about Revolution in his retirement match.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, obviously, yeah, the retirement match, but as for All In, I mean, it kind of just sells itself, doesn't it?
Clearly talking about, is that why Revolution is higher than All In?
Well, it probably is because of Sting, yeah. For some reason, I thought you were giving him credit for both things. But here, I'll give him credit for Revolution.
Clearly not. Anyway, guys, that's it. There you go. Tony Khan, his opinion, best AEW show ever. Puts it in the top 2 pay-per-view buy rates in the past year. Not that AEW has that many pay-per-views, but still pretty impressive. So it looks like Sting's Revolution is the highest pay-per-view that they've sold in the past year. People want to see Sting one last final time. And we'll see what AEW does going forward. But I just don't think Wembley every year. If they did this every year, man, you're just going to get lower and lower and lower. And then you're going to be getting like... Do you really want to be in the situation where you're maybe having 20,000 people in attendance in a big, massive arena?
No.
You just get to the point where you just downsize.
They should probably do the O2. Wait, actually, they confirmed that they're going back to London next year. But they didn't say what stadium for Forbidden Door.
Forbidden Door should not be Wembley, in my opinion.
No, it should be O2.
So we'll see what happens. I mean, Forbidden Door is just a bunch of guys that nobody knows. So, what, that's hardly... You can't really put that in a 95,000 Wembley or whatever. Anyway, guys, there you go. This show, Tony Khan's favourite of all time. Interesting. Certainly don't agree. Although we don't agree with Tony Khan with quite a lot of things. So, what's new? We'll catch you guys in the next one. Till then, been Fog Wrestling. Peace out.